Going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Tonight we're going to show you some parts that we got for the ATC 70. We bought some stuff off Rocky Mountain ATV or Rocky Mountain, whatever it's called. But we got the stuff in. We got some stuff cleaned up. We'll probably be on the next video of actually putting this stuff together. But tonight I was just kind of wanting to show you what we got. So let's just get right into it and kind of show you some of the parts that we bought for this ATC 70. All right, jumping right into her. This is the layout that we got here. Some of the stuff that we bought for the ATC, and most of it is Honda brand, as much as I could get. This here is Motion Pro. It's a flywheel puller, M27 times 1.0 left-handed thread. That's what she looks like. It's not in the box because I've been using it, pulling the flywheel. But that's the first thing. Then we'll get right in here. And I know I got it sitting on top of my Camaro, but whatever, it's a car. These here are, sorry for that, dinging. I'm on my cell phone tonight, so that's why it might have done that. These things here are front wheel bearings for the ATC. Sorry, my arm's dirty. I've been honing out the cylinder a little bit. Wheel bearings. These are the original Honda front wheel bearings. They're probably not the best to get because they're open. I'm gonna have to pack those before I put them in or whatever. But this is the part number here for those. Got two of those because, you know, there's two in the front wheel. These here are the dust covers that go on the wheel bearings on the outer side. There's the part number there if you're looking for one of those. Moving on in here, we got 3 valve stems for the wheels. We're going to redo those and make them nice and pretty. So that's what those are, is 3 of them. There's the Honda code there. 3 valve stems, or whatever you want to call them. Moving right over to here, this is the it's kind of like an Eiler pulley, I guess you'd say, that goes into the it's actually bolted to the cylinder. It's inside the cylinder, and I'll show you that right now where it goes. It actually rests right in here, and there's a bolt hole on that side right there that bolts through and holds it together. That's where that goes, and there's a part number for that if you're interested in buying one of those. Moving right on into here, part number there. That was made in Thailand instead of the rest of them's in Japan. It's kind of crazy. But these are just the gaskets. That's the round gasket that covers the cam gear and stuff. This is the front that covers the rockers, where the rockers are at. So sorry about that, but that was that one. And then that one there is that number. Moving right on up the line, we have the air filter for the bike. There you go on that part number. It's just a little foam filter that slides in. A lot of people kind of go with the aftermarket air filter, but I want to leave this as much as original as I can. So moving on in, there's 2 of these little O-rings at that part number, and they go in between the head and the cylinder. The little O-rings, that I guess the oil passages, they go in between those. But there's the big one, and then here's the part number for the smaller one. I got it upside down. There you go. That's the smaller one. It takes 2 big ones and 1 smaller one. There's 2 big ones and then the smaller one that goes in the head. This is standard piston rings. Give you the part number there because we have the standard size piston in this. I use my micrometer, I think that's what it's called, to check it, and it's good. So we went with the standard size. This is a piston pin. When you kind of change out pistons and stuff, you kind of want to throw a new pin and circlips in. But there's the piston pin part number. Speaking of circlips, here these are. They got them in 2 different packages for some reason, but there it is. You also want to put these in new. That says clip piston pin, but I call them circlips, but that's the number for them. The number there. You always want to replace those if you can. I'm not putting a new crank and stuff in here, so I want to kind of do as best as I can and put those in. The piston is the, I'm assuming, is the original piston that's been in this ATC since '84. It looks pretty good. I'll show that to you here in a minute. We cleaned it up a little bit. Rings, circlips over here, piston, wrist pin. You always want to put them in new if you can. This here is the timing chain. Focus. The timing chain that I took out of the bike is a DID chain, but there's the Honda, original Honda one. Honda. So we're putting that in new as well. Here's the new cam gear. I wanted to go ahead and put that in new because the old one looked like the teeth were a little wore down. So we got that as well. And then the last but not least, this gasket. And this gasket, can't remember where it goes, to be honest with you. Oh, the little side cover. The side cover, it's not on that ATC because I got it took off, but that cover right there, that one there is where that gasket goes. Is where it goes on this bike. And I got a friggin' mess laid out here. Since the last video, let me get down here and show you this. Since the last video, I've took the, what would you call it? The stator, I guess you'd call it. This thing, right there with the points and all that. I've took it out of the bike. It looks friggin' rough and crusty. This bolt crankshaft threads are pretty rough, and I'm telling you right now, there's not very much to hold the flywheel on. So I'm definitely gonna, it's probably not a good idea to do it, but I'm gonna put a little blue Loctite on it once I get it together. And I'm probably gonna order the this deal here that don't have the points from the guy on eBay. A lot of people's probably used it, but it's from Malaysia. It does away with all the points and crap, but here's where the air filter goes if you ain't used to these. Still yet got to take the carb off, go through it. God knows what it looks like inside of there. But hopefully we'll be able to, on the next video, get most of the top end back together. I'll get the chain in it. Here's the chain that come out of it. You probably can't see it, it won't focus, but it's a DID chain. It may be good. It might not be stretched at all. I'm gonna check it with the original one or the new one to see if it's stretched. If it's not stretched, I'm gonna put it up and save it, because you know I got 3 of these things for some reason. Not just get one, you got to get 3 of them. But we're gonna try to do that, and I'll show you the piston here. Here's the little piston that come out of it. Honda wrote on it. I kind of marked it, but it's wore off. That's intake side, and then I got, or sorry, that's exhaust, and this is the intake side. But I did leave one circlip in it there. You can see it there. It's, oh no, not that side. Come on now, that side. See it there? See the circlip in there? That was facing that way. So there's the eye for the intake. Just so I remember which way the piston went in. But she's had a little bit of damage on top there. You can see it. Now the little triangle looking thing, I think that's the factory Honda. If you look in your parts manual or whatever, your owner's manual or whatever it's called, where you work on them, I think that one, that tells you, you know, which way to put it. So I'm assuming arrow down to the exhaust. It's normally what it is, but that's it. That's the nice little Honda piston. It ain't too awful bad scarred up other than that top. So hopefully she'll be all right. We'll slap her back in there with a new set of rings. Got the cylinder honed out. So hopefully everything there will be good. So on the next video, we should be slapping the top end back together. I'll probably just slide this on without the keyway. That way I can slide it back off, but, well, no. I'll have to put the keyway on so I can turn the crank to try to time the son of a gun. And once it's timed, you know, you can slide that back off because the keyway, it only goes on one way, but we'll have to try to take it off the time. We'll have to put it back on to get the cam timing and everything right on the bike. And the reason I say that, you probably can't see it on this crusty one. No, I'm gonna have to sand it down where you can see it. I know the focus is not well at all, but somewhere on there is timing marks, and it's pretty crusty inside too, so hopefully it'll be okay. But I do have this one here off of the other ATC. You know, it's got some junk, it's got a clip stuck on it, but it looks a little bit better. You can see the timing mark on it. Let me find it here. There you go. The timing mark. F for the fire. That's, you know, the original points. It should start opening when it hits the F. Then it gets to the T for timing. But you'll slide that on there and you'll time it, the cam gear with that. Focus, you son of a gun. But I need to clean all this, get her nice and pretty. We're going to paint the frame, paint the forks, new plastics. We're going to do this thing up right, guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned, because this little bike is getting a facelift and another lease on life. I'm going to be in it in a lot of money, but she's going to be sweet when she's done, boys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.